GM?
GM guys, GM.
What a pump last night.
Yeah, what a scam pump, guys. Fucking
It's not a
pump.
scam pump.
I'm still
We are going up.
I'm still in my Bitcoin short where I'm riding that $100,000 stop loss. But we'll see how it plays out. Fish, do you want to go ahead and pull up your charts?
Yeah, give me 1 second. All right, here we go. So, where are we today? I was short yesterday, and I did say to keep the stop loss wide just because we had some untapped levels that are now tapped at 98K. And basically, I think that's the last level before 100K, right? 100K is a big number everyone's thinking of. What do I think about this? I mean, obviously, I'm not feeling good in my short right now. I'm almost stopped out. And it's also important to figure out, like, why did we pump? So we pumped last night quite late, actually, because Trump made an announcement saying that there had been a major trade deal that will be announced today at 10 a.m. Eastern time. But basically, he's then later on posted on True Social saying that it's basically confirmed that that trade deal is with the UK. So if we just ignore the news for now, like this obviously looks bullish. Um, I think like closing the day above 100K will be massive. 100K is like a very big psychological number in everyone's mind. Until we close a day or a week above 100K, like I still if you're not long already, there's no point longing now. And if you are long, I would definitely start TPing, just because 100K is a big, massive number, and you would expect people to start TPing at this level. Obviously, you don't want to TP everything. There's always a chance that it can go higher. So, TP a bunch and then always leave a little bit for higher. That's what I recommend. Um, that's basically what I'm seeing. I mean, it's kind of been very difficult because like I missed this move, and then this whole choppy move has faked everyone out really. Like you see this and you think it's gonna break down, then it moves up, and I think this also faked out bulls as well. And it came back down again, and then people were like, well, it's coming down for like the fourth time, right? It's got to fucking break down finally. But it refused to break down, and then suddenly it's gone up again. So if you found this hard to trade, I wouldn't don't blame yourself. I think a lot of people found this hard to trade, even including myself. There will be people on the timeline saying, "Oh, I told you I was bullish, blah blah blah." I mean, I would not like feel FOMO because of those guys. Like, there are people who are just permanently bullish all the time, and finally they got it right. Like, I guarantee you they probably were bullish here as well, right? And then things went down. So you're basically just seeing like a snapshot of like the highlights of the wins only, right? I would not feel super upset about it. I still think we will pull back. I know I've been saying this on for a long time now. It's been like a long, long time, but honestly, markets, unless we start like pumping into full-time past all-time highs, which is 110K, which is actually not far away. I do expect us to pull back somewhere between now and all-time high. I was initially hoping for 85K. Obviously, the higher you go, the less likely it becomes. But I still don't think that's out of question. Like I said before, um, I sound like a mega bear right now, but like you have all these successive higher lows, and each time we make a move up, people put their stop losses behind them, right? It's also another higher low now, higher low. So if we do get a move back, getting these stops out could actually cause a cascade downwards, and it could be move where people are like, well, what caused it? And it doesn't have to be anything. It could just be like a lot of liquidity built up that's now then being taken out in one swoop. So I would be patient still, even though it's really fucking hard and you're probably filming it really hard right now if you're not long, like I am. But honestly, like you don't want to be long here. Like it's just not a great area.
Yeah, on Bitcoin, I totally agree. I think the tough part right now is a lot of alts have like they're pretty well positioned with like just creating a new higher low where you could potentially get some good upside,
Yeah.
but it is risky because if you take these trades and the Bitcoin chart does start to pull back aggressively, like the the alts are going to bleed pretty intensely.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, let's look at alts, right? So alts are like still really low, like if you're feeling FOMO, like relax, guys. Like let's take AVAX for a second here. It's only pumped what 30% off the lows. So you're not exactly missing like a huge, you're not like missing a generational entry or anything. Um, if we are to make a move to all-time highs with Bitcoin, presumably, alts will also follow, and you'll have time to buy. I definitely think that, it's definitely looking more likely that this bottom is in. So this was what, 74.5. And what you want to do is like position yourself where you want to be buying the next pullback. Um, and if we just take a fib for a second, throw it out like that, I think anywhere between 90K and below is probably a buy for me. Obviously, you have to see how it reacts when he gets there, but that's what I'd be looking at. I think right now everyone is like sidelined and super depressed. Um, and yeah, I mean, this it's hard. Like even guys who do this for a living, trade like pro traders, a lot of them missed this move up, right? They probably missed like they plugged up the first leg, but then they didn't get the second and third leg. It's really hard to get all legs unless you just spot and hold everything. And in that case, you're also holding things on the way down too. So it kind of evens things out. I would say the best thing to do right now, like to burn time, is figure out like which alts you want to be buying on the next pullback and at what levels.
Are there any
Also,
alts that are
also, alt ETH looks pretty good. So let's see, ETH BTC. Everyone talks about this chart all the time, right? It's come down to this level. Like this is support area from what, 2020. This is massive. This is like huge level. It's probably even a yearly level now. Yeah, this is a yearly level. Holy shit. I don't even have the color for yearly. It's dark green or something. Yeah, so this is like a massive yearly level. And I think it also lines up with like the new L1 roadmap, the Pectra upgrade, how they're trying to like reduce block times now, increase the gas limit. I would not be surprised if ETH starts to outperform Bitcoin now, and probably even Solana if we look at Solana ETH. So this is from, let's see, get something from older. Solana ETH, okay, Binance. So yeah, Solana's been outperforming ETH by like, a long shot. It doesn't look like it's topping yet. It just looks like it's keep on going up for now. But yeah, I mean, for sure you can. I think ETH will start to outperform Bitcoin. Anyways, unless like you might be curious what I'm doing, I am still short. I did take a risky move and add a little bit more. I wouldn't recommend it because if you're wrong, then you're like even more wrong. And my reason is because I just think this fucking move up is a scam pump. No offense. I sound super bearish, but I think everyone's buying this. Like this move up was completely news related, and the news is actually just UK, right? it's not a big deal. If it was China, then that would change things, but it's the UK. And actually, I think the conference is going on right now. Um, so I expect things to like dump afterwards. I don't, maybe it dumps like just down here, like 94, 95K again. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm aiming for 85K, but I'll definitely be taking partials along the way. Okay, that's me for now.
Sorry, I dropped off for a second. Do you have any alts that you are looking at trying to, find entries on? Same with you, Nasta. Is there anything that's on your list right now?
I was
I think,
recently looking at hype, but it did a nice rally since the bottom like 1 month ago. It went from $9 to $21.
yeah, I think hype looks good. The thing is, hype isn't. I mean, I like to buy alts for like a fundamental reason too, other than, the chart looks good. And I struggle with the valuation of hype. People like, well, it's like the most used perp dex, blah, blah, blah. It's also got hyper EVM, but hyper EVM is like still very underused. And it is a good perp dex, but I do expect more perp dexes to come along and take market share just because actually there's no significant moat about being a perp dex, to be honest. Um, Other than just being able to attract users. Eventually, they'll start like I think Lighter is another one that's been gaining traction. I do think that there'll be other ones coming to space that will start to take market share from Hyperliquid. Yeah, the FDV is like crazy, 21 billion for. I know it's like an L1 as well, but I just feel like to me, I still value it as a perp dex. So that's the main selling point right now.
Yeah, I do think hype does have the benefit of being like the leading coin in a sense. Like I think for most people who are in tune with this cycle, like I feel like a lot of them are going to want to bid hype, um, which
Yeah.
in a moment like we have now where there's so many altcoins, having that type of consensus is actually probably a
I
good
mean,
thing.
okay, so what is the max FTV that you think Hype will get? Like, will it get to 50 billion FTV?
It's kind of hard to do FTV on this cycle. I have no idea, to be
I mean,
honest.
Avalanche is like 9 billion FTV, so Hype is already like worth more than 2x of Avalanche. To give an example, right? If Hype was to do a 4.5x, so it'll go from 20 to like $90, it'll be the same level as Solana, which I think is ridiculous. Like it's people are right. There's probably more juice to squeeze with Hype, but how much more is there?
Yeah. I guess the question is how much does FTV matter versus market cap?
It does for sure. I mean, at some point, people were like, "Well, what the hell are we buying?" Right? Like it's pretty high valued already. I know, like people always meme on it, but I do think that over the long run, people do think about FTV and whether they think it justifies the value. Um, so yeah, I think ETH looks good. Just judging from ETH BTC. Uh, if I was to buy, where would I buy? So, I think I would like to see these lows taken out, to be honest. Like anything below, I think it can go below 1700, honestly speaking. And if we take a fib from top to bottom, yeah, 1700 is like a point 0.5, right? If we go lower than that, even like 1600s, low 1600s could be a good buy. I think it's really hard to imagine that right now just because everything's pumping. You're just like, whoa, it's never going to go down there again. Um, like there is a chance that it could just go up and then revisit those areas, but I'm still a non-believer. Maybe I'm just being too stubborn about it. But this whole move up, like especially from yesterday, just feels very like, it feels like Trump is just trying to pump the markets. Like nothing's really changed that much from a macro point of view. Um, yeah, that's what I think right now.
If you pull up the S&P 500, we're also like at a pretty contentious resistance level, and we are starting to come down right now over the last couple hours.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we had this massive sharp drop down, and now this is like a bounce, right? And I generally think so there's two ways to recover here. There's like the V, which I if that happens, it's really bullish, right? The environments are really bullish. Um, or you get the other one, which is usually something like this, where it's like V comes up, it doesn't reach the top, and then kind of does this again, and sometimes it makes a near bottom, nearer low. Sometimes it doesn't, it makes a higher low, and it kind of just chops around. And you know, that's what I think will happen, to be honest, which is it's just like a amalgamation of what's going on in the world, the macro, and I don't we don't also see any like huge catalysts coming up, right? That it's not like rates have suddenly been cut and we're super dovish. The data's been better, but I just don't think that we're in this like super bulled up mode right now. It might feel that way just because these past weeks have been pretty damn bullish. But let's not forget that before that everyone was like fucking bearish.
Yeah, I think the China, like if a China deal is made, that is going to be
Yeah,
the news event that will, send everything bullish again. But at the end of the day, like even with the deal being made, trade relations around the world with the US are probably worse off after all this. There's still 10% tariff, blanket tariff on everything. Like it from a macro perspective, I think, which is probably what a lot of people feel, but I am struggling so hard with this bullish move because I'm like, are you guys not like seeing the reality of what's happening? You know, like it's like counter to reality essentially.
yeah. I mean, I'm not like, even though I've been kind of cautious and slightly bearish, I think it's also important not to get too bear hold with everything with regards to what's going on. I do think a lot of stuff is just pumping simply because it's also just being oversold. And that's like the classic, dead cat bounce. And these bounces can go pretty high, especially if people like are not believing the pump, like it's becoming a hated rally. They start shorting it, it goes higher and higher, which is what we're seeing on the order flow as well. Um, yeah, I mean, this has been a hard rally, even for me. I've been pretty silent by it. I've been kind of, yeah, it's been shit for me, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, I mean, we're coming up to, I think the really obviously we can't discount the possibility, right? But like, if it just does this, it's possible. But what's the probability of it doing that, like without even pulling back? I, I, I highly, highly doubt it. It's possible, but I just don't see it happening.
Yeah. Um, anyone who's watching right now have any chart requests, feel free to drop them in the chat and we'll take a look.
I mean, I would say
I
like most alts look like they've bottomed, like probably we might, well, the next pullback, you definitely want to start stacking all your favorite alts. Like all these Solana memes like Mudang, holy shit, like they've been sold off like crazy. Even Peanut. Yeah, Popcat.
Do you want to pull up Sonic S? I was looking at that one earlier. I think
Sonic has the conference right now, right?
I'm honestly not sure. I was just looking at the chart, but
Yeah, summit today for Sonic.
Yeah, the chart looks good. I mean, I think I posted this in Discord, but like if you chart Sonic over BTC.
If you want more history, you could also do this against Phantom.
Yeah, so Sonic over US BTC, it's been pretty flat like throughout the bearish months, which is actually pretty impressive because most alts have just been down only versus BTC. Yeah, so I think, you know, on the backdrop, like if BTC continues to do well, I don't see why it cannot go past $1.
Yeah,
You know,
yearly
just
open
just
is
look,
my target.
yeah, I mean, just looking at this, like higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Like it's just a very, it looks like just a very simple like trend following pattern. Yep, that's it for me, guys.
Yeah, let's see where things go. Also, just to mention, because we were talking about it last week, but FOMC was yesterday, kind of a nothing burger. Definitely wasn't dovish, but I think there was like, a very a short-lived pullback from the market when they realized he wasn't gonna be dovish, and then this crazy pump happened. So kind of a hard one to digest once again. I thought that was going to be the moment that things started to pull back, but
Yeah, that was funny. Like, we knew that the probability of the rate not being changed was already priced in, right? And that's what happened. And I was expecting him to just kind of be neutral. Um, and then, when the pullback happened, I was like, okay, well, I think people are starting to figure out like the rest of the year is not exactly going to be super macro bullish, right? And therefore things will start pulling back. But then I think Trump basically just stepped in and started making an announcement, and that's why we pumped overnight.
yeah.
Which is why I'm kind of like, well, do I believe this pump? I don't think so. Also, I didn't show it, but we also had like 1.8 billion of OI, uh, come in from last night. So, I'm curious to see how that unwinds, but I do think that I keep on saying this. I feel like a broken record, but I swear we will get a pullback. I swear.
Well, I hope so because I'm sidelined, so I want an entry. All right, into the trenches we go. Quick update on our watch list. A lot of the Pope coins were still doing quite good. I think some of them kind of pulled back a little bit, but isn't the conclave going on like right now, or it's starting?
Yeah, it was started, and we didn't
So
Yeah.
find any pop yet, so they are still talking.
I sold a little bit of these on the pump up yesterday to take some profit because they're all up like 3 or 4x from when we bought, and then I left the rest to see who becomes the Pope because I'm pretty confident whoever is the Pope is going to their coin is gonna send. So we've got a little bit of everyone here. We also called Fish. Great call on this one, Mr. Least. At the very end, like literal like garbage time, last seconds of the stream, we decided to look up who or like what events were coming up, and turns out Mr. Beast, his birthday was this week, and we caught Mr. Least at 42K. I think it was, yeah, I think it was down here.
And went to 3.2 million. Which is
Yeah, so
insane.
basically a 75x, which is insane. I sold all of it at
I sold at 12x. I was like, yes, I finally got a runner. And then did another 12x. I was like, shit.
I sold at the like 1.5 million ish. I missed the 3 million, but that was still like a 10x or something, like, or no, more than that. It was, I drew this a bit too low. I think we got in around here. Yeah, 18x, 20x, something like that. So that was a huge call. Absolute like banger of a trade. I think I saw somewhere, I don't know if this is true, but I think Mr. Beast might have like interacted with some post from them or something, and that's why it's sent. I don't know. But yeah, that was a huge win. Fully out of this one at this point, but that was a great call on stream. So I guess we got to start looking up people's birthdays. Brute was another one. So this is some sort of like Monopoly style game, and this one's actually forming up quite nicely. We got in around 130, pretty much. We saw this within like an hour or two of launch. And so it went up, came back down, and we got in around here. I've trimmed a little bit of profits on this, but I waited.
Oh wow, 700K now. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm still in, and it's X7 now.
Yeah, I
Damn.
think we
I
only
only
put in.
X2'd and I
For
pulled
our
it.
entry.
I think we put in around 0.05 SOL on this, and I've already sold off like most of it. But I actually like how this chart's forming up, so I think I'm going to leave the rest. I'm not going to sell it on stream. See what
I
happens.
found both of these, by the way, on the main LFJ screener on the homepage.
Yeah, it's actually where I typically go. Like the trench page is fun, but it's quite difficult to actually find stuff amongst the like million launches per second. I don't remember who called this. Someone called this one in Discord. I like the meme. Nice character, but straight to zero. Expected output 75 cents. Okay, I'm just gonna hold on to that one, I think. Let's head to the homepage screener. Let's see what we got. If anyone here can call something, anyone who's watching, if you want to call any tickers in the chat, we'll take a look at them, and if they look good, we might buy some and send it to you. So let's see what we got today. Does anyone know what this B squared thing is? This is
No,
on
but I
BNB.
see a lot
No.
on the screener.
Yeah, it's been at the top of the screener for like the last couple days.
I think it was already there last time.
So it's a new coin. Pretty brutal first candle.
Scaling Bitcoin. Oh, it's Bitcoin layer 2.
So it's not a meme.
But
The US to cut tariffs on UK made cars to 10%. US UK deal to cut beef tariffs to close to zero.
Is that the
It's the big news, guys.
wow?
it is, but
Huge.
it's only the UK.
God, just send us to the gulag. Let my shorts print for once.
Wait, what was the beef thing?
So beef tariffs to close to zero.
On US beef?
No, on UK beef
On UK
coming into
beef,
US. UK beef is pretty good, by the way. That's I think it's better actually. It's actually better than US beef.
I mean, US food supply is fucked. Like they put chemicals in everything. Our regulations are fucked for food. For a second, I was like, if this is the opposite direction where the UK has lower tariffs on US beef, I was like, I don't even think they buy. I don't think a lot of people buy our food, or they buy our produce, but not our meat and stuff. Well, that sounds like a nothing burger. Yet Bitcoin is moving back up to 100K. So might get stopped out on that one. We'll see. Spam's here. I don't know if you've been here
Yep.
for a while, but
I just arrived, I believe.
Yeah, I just
PM
got here.
spam.
Just hopped off Twitter Spaces. They always go
Very
long.
nice. Well, you missed basically Fish's shorts getting squeezed. We were just reviewing some of
I'm
the
getting stop
trades.
hunted, guys.
I know your positions are too out in the open. I mean, it looks like it's going to hit 100K right now. We'll see. We shall
God.
see. It's gonna hit your stop like to the dollar, and then it'll dump.
Right, like that. Did
Back
you close
to
your short on Sui?
I got stopped out on that. Yeah.
Uh,
Is your long still open?
no, it was closed at 3.6. Now it's 3.7.
Not too
Still a
shabby.
win.
That's a win. All right, back to the trenches. I mean, Popcat's been. I sold this stuff. I sold Popcat at the bottom, basically. Bought it at the top, sold it at the bottom. Perfectly
like
played. I saw Fartcoin yesterday, and I kind of wanted to buy some, but I missed the entry. Came back down to 94. Just broke below that low, and then back up, which is unsurprising, but that one's a big one.
Anon is doing quite well these days.
What is?
Anon, hey Anon from Daniele.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
There's an arena coin that was doing well today. The Integrity DAO one.
Mm-hmm. That one,
yeah, Integrity.
That one pumped. %. Let's go slightly longer. Yeah, this is kind of the chart pattern I'm seeing on a lot of alts, where we had our first low, higher low, and then right now we're just potentially forming this next higher low. And so in general, if you did want to get long, I think it's kind of tough to get long on Bitcoin at these levels. Like there's just not a lot of risk to reward. But on a lot of these alts, if you scale in orders from like basically in this region or so, and then put your stops below this week's lows, those are probably decent opportunities to get long if things continue to be bullish. But if things do turn over, I could see a lot of these coming down pretty aggressively, but Bitcoin doesn't seem to want to stop. So I did open up a short on my personal account on Boop. I'll check out ID in a second. I'm scaling orders in on this one pretty wide, just a 2x. I'm not going super big because who knows what will happen, but I'm pretty much scaling orders like all the way up to this candle, because I just cannot see how this doesn't go. I mean, maybe not to zero immediately, but like that's gotta. The FTV is just way too high on this, and there's basically nothing launching on it anymore. Nothing successful. Like it's already lost all the steam it had from day one, and there's still a fuck ton of tokens to be airdropped. So I'm kind of expecting I don't know whether or not it's going to go up further before it comes down, but I have some orders scaled just in case.
It's like one of those no-brainer shorts that you're just like, well, it feels too obvious. Should I do it or not?
Yeah. Is this okay? Top 10 holders hold 96% of the supply. Is 96% of the supply locked right now?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's like one of those low float, high FTV coins.
I don't know. I was looking at this, and as of right now, there's no like major exchanges that offer perps on it. And so because of that, I am leaning towards the fact that like there's not going to be that much liquidity to squeeze to the upside, and there will be a lot of people over the next 3 weeks or so claiming airdrops and selling. So I think it's probably a good short, to be honest. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'll get squeezed out of it, but even with ones like these, if there is a squeeze, usually as soon as the squeeze is over, you're going to the gulag. Like, perfect example was Kaido. Like, this is right when it launched, and then it very quickly had a squeeze
Yeah.
up to here, and then from there, pretty much down only. Although that's a pretty nice move right there.
I mean, I think that the goal here is go short, just don't get squeezed out.
Yeah, I'm only on a 2x, so I should have plenty of margin to survive if it does squeeze. But
I've been researching this shitter. It's HH, Heil Hitler.
oh god.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm just like looking on Twitter about it. Apparently Kanye West hasn't released his new album, but one of the songs called Hail Hitler. And I think it's pretty cool because the contract address begins with HH and also ends with HH. And
So
it's
this
been
is
out for
not
like a month now.
it's not a pump
It's like
fun
a,
one. It's
it is. Actually, no, it isn't. It's not a pump fun one.
okay. I'll look at it for a second. But if that's actually on Kanye's, I mean, the dude is already like clearly mentally ill, but that's fucked if that's literally on his album. I'll look at it in a second, but quick shout out to Integrity DAO ID. This one was launched on Arena on Avalanche, and it's the first coin of theirs that hit all the milestones. I don't exactly know what the milestones are, but they've pretty much hit everything that you would want to hit if you're launching a token on Arena Dex. So this is a nice one. We had a guy in Discord on LFJ call this because his thesis was that one of the Arena tokens was going to get pumped, and I think he got his entry at 30K.
Oh wow.
And yeah, all the way up to 2 million. So can't even, there we go. 50x from there right now. So that's huge. Nice trade from him. I will look at, is this, yeah, this one. So is this, I'm assuming all this started to pump when the Kanye news started to break?
No, so I think the token's old. It's been around for a month now, and there's a lot of people talking about like obviously Kanye and Hail Hitler, like he's very like on his little Nazi rants. I don't know. I just searched the CA on Twitter, and it seems like it has decent mind share. Figured I'd just punt it. Why not?
Yeah, worth a punt, I guess. But morally,
Also, the
I'm
chart
not going
doesn't
to
look
buy
too
this
bad.
one.
Yeah, this is a tough one to have show up on your tax returns.
Chart pattern. There's your H. Well, I'll let you bid this one, Fish. I'm gonna leave this one, but let me check. Nothing in the chat. Let me know if you guys have any calls. We can check out Discord real quick and see what we're looking at in the LFJ Discord.
Another day of black smoke, but I guess some of the Pope coins are moving.
Yeah, I think in general, Monday when we were looking at them was probably the best time to sell. Although I left Well, I did sell some a little bit yesterday, but I think what's going to end up being the best bet is holding on to what we have until the conclave ends and someone wins. Or I don't know if that's the proper terminology. Someone is crowned as the Pope. I don't know what you guys. I don't know what the terminology is for this, but all right, let's check out Discord. Oh, that's the wrong one. Trenches. Oh yeah, so the ID one I guess got airdropped to Arena Champions. So I think that's if you hold a certain amount of Arena.
Arena Dex is kind of like similar to Boop, right? If you're like an arena champion, you also earn some of the tokens that get graduated.
Yeah, I think in that
Yeah, exactly.
case, that is how. Yeah, it's very similar. What was this one, Fish? There was a congressman who
Yeah,
called this again.
I actually just exited the fecal one. So what I do with these coins, right? I go to the go on LFJ and I click on no LFJ website, sorry.
Wait, am I not showing my screen anymore?
You're showing Discord right now.
Is it working?
We see Discord.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. On my screen, for some reason, it shows that it's blank. So as long as you guys can see it, all good. Oh yeah, was this one?
We see Discord right now. We don't see the LFJ website.
Yeah, I'm still looking at Discord. I don't know if this one has a coin anymore, but I don't know if there's a ticker for this one, but okay, nothing in there. I'll go back to LFJ. Oh, there is Flip Girl. It's right there, top of the screener. You've got some background noise behind you, Fish. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys were able to watch that video on Discord, but this is the Flip Girl. This might be
The
the
valuation.
Say again.
Oh, the valuation is almost at 1 million.
Yeah, this could be the next Hawk Tua. What was the original? Because I mean, I know she launched her own coin later that was like a big rug, but wasn't there an original one?
I don't remember.
Like right after it happened.
But she just vanished after releasing her coin.
Yeah, she got scammed. Well, I don't know. She probably still made money off of it, but I guess wasn't she working with the guy who did Libra?
I think it was the same guy, yeah.
If this one, I don't know how popular this one is on X. I think we missed the initial pullback. Holy shit, 26 million views. I mean, very impressive form. Got to give it to her.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at as well.
I mean, the wherewithal to get her hands up that quickly is pretty impressive. Yeah, the reflexes. Yeah, I mean, this feels like, I mean, this is the same vibe as Hawk Tua type video. I wonder where this was. Top holder and Flip Girl has 1.3 million in house coin. I don't know if that's true, but All right. Well, if this one does have a pullback, I think it'd be worth a punt, honestly. I mean, at 1 million isn't the best entry. Down here would have been pretty good, but I'll put it on the watch list. I think this one not worth anything, so I'm going to sell and take it off the watch list. I don't know who called that, but that one's not a winner, unfortunately. Thug Life. This one is just whack. It's like, I mean, crime season. I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna sell the rest. I don't know about this one. I think we definitely are down like 50% on this. I sold a little bit when it was back up to 100, but right now our portfolio is pretty much 80% Pope. Neat. I think we still did pretty good. We sold at a good time. Brute. We're gonna let that. Oh damn, that one's cooking again right now. Not bad. I'll trim a little bit.
There's one
did
called
we get
ergophobia. That looks like it's doing the rounds right now.
ergophobia?
Ergophobia, the fear of work.
That one's similar to the neat one. Is it on the screener? Will I find it here?
And yeah, there you go.
Job application form. This seems like the new, like this week's vibe is all about not wanting to work. That's like the house coin, the neat, all that kind of same vibe. Let's see. I kind of like it. Should we take a punt?
Yeah, I was like, actually, the community looks pretty good.
I kind of
I
like it.
can't find anything else to buy today, so I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it.
All right, tossing in 0.1. Maybe we can get it up to 1 million. But yeah, do you want to? I know you were about to kind of go into it, and then we kind of got sidetracked. But what is your standard like settings on the LFJ screener when you're looking for stuff? Are you setting filters? Or are you just doing like 4-hour volume, 4-hour trending?
Honestly, the trending algorithm is actually pretty good. So what I do is like I just set the filter to maximum 100K market cap, and that's it.
Damn, you go low.
Yeah, I mean you can always go higher depending on what you want. I found ergophobia by setting it to 250.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna set it at. 250. You
I
can
just leave the
also
rest.
set any of these other filters if you're trading on, or if you're looking for stuff on LFJ. Let me do down to, I think the 24-hour ones are a bit long for trending. So are you just searching on X on the ones that look interesting to you?
Yeah, so what I do is like if I see something that looks interesting, I'll just click on the magnifying glass. Yeah. And then I kind of just see like what the meme's about. And what kind of mindshare it has. Like this one looks pretty dumb, to be honest. So I just give it a pass.
I don't really get it. It looks like it's trying to be like Titcoin, but yeah.
I think it's important to like actually vibe with the meme. If you don't like the meme, then don't buy it.
Yeah, because I mean, you're betting on other people vibing with it. So if you don't vibe with it, then interesting. Getting 1 like on their posts.
Yeah, they have no engagement.
I mean, it looks cool if their game is actually built, but not at all bullish on that that marketing. So, how many holders does it have? I don't really know. I don't know if either or any of you guys know, but what is the alpha on like looking at holder numbers for Solana stuff? Because I feel like everything that gets launched is immediately botted, so it has like a bunch of holders. So I don't even know if this is even useful in any scenario.
So the algorithm for the trending algorithm is quite good because it filters out wallets that are too new. So like what happens is a lot of these botted accounts, botted tokens, what they do is the sniper would he would like juice up the stats by creating a lot of new wallets and then buying with those wallets. So it gives the illusion that other people are buying it, but actually just the same person.
So when you're using the trending algorithm, you kind of get to avoid a little bit of that.
Yeah, like if some of the wallets are way too new, then it lowers their trending score.
Interesting. What is this one? Timecoin. Yeah, if the top posts are these like bot account ones, that's usually not great. No, that looks pretty bad. This is on BNB, so I don't have any funds to actually bid, but okay, nothing to see. All right, so not seeing a lot right now. Nothing really calling my name this morning. We got a little bit of Ergo, so we'll see how that one plays out. Everything else looks kind of boring. Did Bitcoin? Ooh, you survived, Fish. 99,896.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm like I'm barely surviving, guys.
I kind of wish it just like tapped the 100 number and then came down, because I feel like it wants to tap it, and the more it
Honestly,
waits,
it would not surprise me if it goes up to 101, 102K, and then just comes back down and then just dumps like crazy.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me either. It's very hard to catch the short. Like it doesn't want to come down. If you've been trying to catch the short for the last couple weeks, you've likely failed unless you're really good at managing. Like the best you could have done is get in here and then get out here with a 3% move, which isn't great, to be honest. All right, guys. I think that's good for today. Not too much in the trenches, but I think we're just gonna have to wait for this pullback to happen on Bitcoin. In the meantime, I'm gonna open a few small longs on alts that look decent, just so I have some exposure. But I think you could definitely see the market pull back pretty aggressively, especially if we don't get any if Trump keeps. Didn't he also say that there was something on Monday that he was like the biggest announcement in ever that's supposed to happen? I don't know if you guys saw that, but it just all feels like a farce. So we'll see. But
I mean, he's saying that every week.
Yeah, he does say that every week. We'll be back. We'll be back on Monday with another stream, 4 p.m. UTC on Monday. So hope to see you guys there. We'll have some more analysis and some more trenching. We've hit a lot of good winners over the past couple of weeks, so hopefully you've joined us on a few of those. And if not, join us in the LFJ Discord. And we got a bunch of people in there dropping calls pretty much every day. So whether you want to trench, trade majors, trade options, we got pretty much a little bit of everything in there. So thanks for tuning in. Let's fucking Joe. We'll see you guys on Monday.
Let's fucking Joe.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Let's fucking Joe.